If I met President Obama, he's the President of the United States, and he's a human being that I greatly disagree with,
sure.
But I don't hate the man.
Well, it's pretty simple. You know, I'm honored to be here with Dr. King, and I think it's best to just quote Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., if I can get it accurate. Those of us who engage in nonviolent direct action are not responsible for the tension. We're merely bringing to the surface a tension that already exists. That's the experiment in self-government where corruption metastasizes if not monitored by the boss, we the people. The boss is coming in and saying, you guys are out of control. We want accountability. We want you to conduct yourself in a responsible manner the way our families do, and that's where you're going to get peace and love. That's where you're going to get hope and faith in a government that represents you accurately. So as there's tension, we are not the cause of tension. We are the monitors of tension, and we want it reduced through peaceful assembly.
So, Professor George, Martin Luther King, if I'm not mistaken, said that he actually didn't mind tension. He said
tension is necessary, yeah.
Yeah, it's not, but everybody else is trying to, you have Bill Clinton saying, you know, you can't speak out. You can't say these things. You have a responsibility. So in other words, if any nut job goes and grabs a gun, then I'm responsible.
You have an obligation to speak out. You know,
I have a duty.
The question comes back, am I my brother's keeper? Well, of course you're your brother's keeper. And if you see your brother about to be harmed and somebody's doing something, you must speak out. It takes courage to do that. And then you have to come out of yourself to do that. You know, a selfish person says, hey, me and my four at home and no more, and whatever happens to you is okay, but it can't be that way. It cannot be that way.
Professor George, let me go, if we can bring it up on the screen, the line from the Manhattan Doctrine. Can you explain what the Manhattan Doctrine is?
It's the Manhattan Declaration, Glenn, and that's a declaration that was put together by leading Catholic, Evangelical, Protestant, and Eastern Orthodox Christians, pledging themselves to three great foundational principles of our civilization. One is the sanctity of human life in all stages and conditions. Okay. The dignity of marriage as the conjugal union of husband and wife is the second. And the need for respect for religious liberty and the rights of conscience is the third. And it began with about 100 leading religious figures, and it has now spread. It's on the internet at www.manhattandeclaration.org.
You're part of this too, Doc?
I actually signed the document. I'm
Alveda signed, and she's one of 400, roughly 450,000 American citizens, ordinary folks from all walks of life who've joined the great religious leaders in signing on.
The reason why I bring this up, pull the full screen up, please, about Caesar. This is, I believe,